What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Anything Box. And we're returning to the 1990 album Peace. Thank you again to Herman. We have been going through the album, jumping around a bit. It's been a selective journey through the record. But the next track I've queued up is Hypocrites. A pretty straightforward concept, the idea of someone who supposedly holds a certain set of beliefs or behaves in a particular way, but in practice seems to do something else or even the total opposite. And even more narrowly, someone who criticizes others for their beliefs, their attitudes, or their actions, but who is in fact guilty of the very same thing, or does exactly what they're complaining about. So we do notice this is a plural noun, it's hypocrites plural. Hello, Luca, I didn't even know you were in here. Where did you come from? Yes? Are you coming up? You are. So yes, I do wonder in what context there will be hypocrites. It feels like it could be a social or broad statement on a large level, but it could also be about people who are talking, or someone who is talking about hypocrites on an interpersonal or even emotional level. So let's see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Anything Box, the track is Hypocrites, and it's from their 1990 album Peace.
To show you that I really loved you so, but you had to go and I'm not crying today 'cause I know you're smiling. You were the best and still you shine deep inside, deep inside. Just to think they were here because of you. I wanted to tell you that I really loved you so, but you had to go away and I'm not crying. Hypocrites, we are hypocrites. Faces full of promises and words full of lies. Hypocrites, we are hypocrites. With faces full of promises and words full of lies.
Love that bass line. Metallic, elastic.
The hypocrites came, and the love was on their faces, just to think they were here because of you. I
another tune. I love this band. I think I've said this in previous Anything Box reactions, but had I discovered them in my late single-digit years, early teen years, I would have been a big fan. And indeed, this track, it sounds like mid-80s Depeche Mode. It really has a bit of that feel. So number one, the Sonics. I enjoy those xylophone-style synth lines, including a lower one, and then there were occasional moments with some higher chime or like struck melodic sounds. I love that electric, metallic, but also again a bit bendy or elastic type bass line. That was a really cool feature. I love that double time hi-hat that comes in during, I think, the chorus. The snare was nice, just all the pieces sounding great. And those string synth, like the more pad kind of synth elements, those were great too. So I just love the sound. Overall, it feels a bit melancholic, which given what I caught from the lyrics seems appropriate. And what I did catch from the lyrics, it sounds like he's casting the label in all directions, including his own, saying we are hypocrites, maybe humans more broadly, maybe more narrowly, me and you and some other people. But yeah, he seems to be saying that people start with, promises on their faces, they love on their faces, they want to love, but they say things that turn out to be untrue. They fall short of those promises, they say things that they don't live up to or that turn out not to be how they really are, and thus the reality is everyone is a hypocrite. We are all hypocrites. So that's what it seemed like to me, the idea that people enter into relationships or come to each other with, again, promises and hope and love on their faces, but their words turn out to be lies, and so in the end, we are all hypocrites. So maybe I'm missing a certain element, maybe it's more narrow than it came across, but that seemed to be the essence of it. I enjoy the vocals. Again, there's been some moments where I wasn't sure, was I hearing a male vocal, a female vocal? I think Herman said there's one singer of each. There's a male singer and a female singer. I think this was all the male singer. But yes, another cool tune, and as I said, I enjoy catching up on a band that is very much in the synth pop style that I got into as a single-digit kid, even if I'm multiple decades late. So yes, once again, shout out to Herman for bringing them to my attention, and some other groups, like again, Red Flag, I had never heard of them, so I do enjoy hearing synth pop groups that are perhaps less world famous than groups like Depeche Mode or Erasure or Duran Duran and so on. So I'm very much enjoying going through this. Again, I've been jumping around with the album, but we'll get through all the songs eventually. Do let me know what you think. And Luca, I'm going to try to strategically... No, she's just going to get up. I apologize. I was trying to move you to the chair. In any case, let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.